Well, welcome back. Today we're going to make a really quick soup. I found this recipe on Sam the Cooking Guy's channel. You hear me talking about him a lot. I just think that he is one of the best YouTube cooks out there. Not a chef, but a cook. And he did carnivore for a little while and shared this recipe. It calls for a little bit of bacon grease just to cook the ground beef. It's going to take a half of a bar of cream cheese, a cup of heavy cream, a cup of either bone broth or chicken broth, whatever kind of broth you want. I'm putting bone broth in here. 1.5 cups of shredded cheese and a pound of ground beef. And so I'm just going to kind of move a couple of these things out of the way here. Now I just cooked up some bacon, some pepper bacon from Fresh Market, cooked it in the oven. I left the drippings here so I can just put a little bit of it here in the pot. Not going to use a lot. Get this over here out of my way. And you can kind of see I've just covered the bottom. I just want it to be enough for flavor. I'm going to put this on the stove and cook the ground beef down, and we'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to bring this over here where you can see this up here on the camera above. You see it's got a lot of oil in it, grease in it that's both cooked out of the hamburger and the bacon grease that was in there. So I need to pour that out. But I did see a hack on a YouTube channel called All Recipes, I think. And they said to just take a little piece of foil, kind of make a cup in it, and put it down in your drain. And then you can pour this out into the foil and let it cool down and solidify some. Losing a little bit of hamburger meat there, but that's all right. Get as much of that out as I can here, because I certainly don't need that in the soup. That's probably close to a cup in there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the 1 cup of beef broth. And I'm going to put that back on the heat and let that come to a simmer. Shouldn't take too long. Put this over here out of the way. I can already hear it, so let me get a little something here to kind of stir it with. Don't need this. Now, if you're cooking hamburger meat and you want to make it into ground beef, one of these things right here, this is the thing to have. It's a miracle worker. You can get it at Walmart. Okay, so I'm just going to let that kind of, make sure that's kind of coming to a little bit of a boil. There you go. And the next step is I'm just going to add the cheese. Now I've got some extra cheese set aside for later for when I plate this up. But I just want to let the cheese kind of melt in a little bit. Now this is a carnivore recipe, so it has all natural, all animal-based food in it. But I would hesitate to eat this a lot because it has so much dairy in it that it can be problematic. So the cheese is now, you'll see how fast this comes together. The cheese is now melted in there, and I'm going to put the sour cream in here and do the same thing. Put it back on the heat. Probably got it a little bit too hot. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. And depending on how long this takes, you know, I may cut a few minutes of the video out. So just be aware that it could actually take a little longer than I'm cooking it, but it's melting down really, really fast, which is good. And I'll keep bringing this over here so you can kind of see what it looks like. And then I'm going to pour in the cup of heavy cream. Kind of help thicken it up a little bit. Now this will make probably 3 meals for me with that pound of hamburger meat. It could pretty easily be soup for 4 if you had a little something, you know, besides this to go with it. I'll let that cook down. While that's coming down, I do have some sour cream for the finish. And I have some pepper bacon that I have cooked up, and I cooked it a little bit harder than I normally do, a little bit crispier, because I want it to be crispy when I put it on the soup. And we're getting close here. I will put a written recipe at the bottom of this. If you go to Sam the Cooking Guy's channel, you'll see when he made this, he put in a lot more seasoning than I did. I just use salt and pepper. That's pretty much what I use on everything. I think he was using some garlic salt and some other things. All right. Let's plate up a bowl of this. And ordinarily I would cut this, but I'm just going to sort of break it apart here to put on the soup, because what cheeseburger would be complete without some bacon? If you don't want to make this totally carnivore, then you could add like some diced tomatoes. Whoops. Some other things that would make this work as well. I'm going to put a very healthy dollop of sour cream in the middle. And one more slice of bacon. Now, this is not the first time that I've made this. This is the second time that I've made this, and I can assure you that, as Jed Clampett would say about possum innards, they're just as good the second day. All right. We are going to take a bite. It's very hot. I definitely recommend trying this. I could have cooked it just a little longer. I still got a couple of little chunks of sour cream in there that I probably should have been able to cook down a little more. But when you are in a hurry and hungry like I am, you just do it. All right, let me know what you think in the comments, and we will see you next time.